Martin O'Neill wants to make a key loan signing permanent. Roberto Martinez rumours have been addressed by Sean Maloney, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's debut has sent a message straight back to the Premier League. Plus, we've got injury news on Arne Engels, and a new Celtic chant has gone absolutely viral. It's been a massive 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Sean Maloney has addressed speculation linking Roberto Martinez with the Celtic job. The assistant manager was asked directly about the Portugal head coach amid growing speculation, and he did not leave any room for interpretation. Maloney knows Martinez well from their time working together with Belgium. That connection has fueled the noise, but his answer was blunt. He told Sky Sports no, zero. I still speak to Roberto, but it's mainly on how he's preparing for his massive World Cup with Portugal, so nothing on that from my side. Actually, it's so far away from what myself, Martin and the rest of the guys are thinking. I'm pretty sure the board are already starting to make plans for that. But for the rest of us, it's like every 3 days there's a game. We've just come out of a window. It's definitely above my pay grade. No, I just concentrate to make the team better, help recruitment as much as I can, and leave those big decisions to the key guys. The board are planning. That much he confirmed. But whether Martinez is on any internal list is another matter entirely. But Maloney was not entertaining it publicly. Instead, he pointed to the reality inside Lennox Town right now. Games every 3 days, a squad still adjusting after the transfer window, a title race that demands full attention. There is no appetite internally for distraction. Martin O'Neill and his staff are locked in on the here and now. Results will dictate everything between now and the end of the season. Supporters know how quickly speculation builds when a permanent appointment looms. Names will continue to circulate, some realistic, some fantasy. Maloney's message was straightforward. The dressing room is not thinking about it. For now, the only priority is winning football matches and keeping Celtic on track for the league. Now for the main story, as Martin O'Neill believes Celtic should be looking at keeping Marcelo Saraki beyond this season. The Hoops boss was speaking after the 2-1 win over Livingston, a night that saw the Uruguayan grab his first goal for the club. It was a tidy moment from Saraki. His first touch inside the box set everything up, and he finished it calmly after 15 minutes, putting Celtic in front and settling the mood early on. Since arriving on a season-long loan from Boca Juniors in the summer, Saraki has mostly had to bide his time behind Kieran Tierney. That is hardly a slight on him. Tierney has been flying. O'Neill made that clear when discussing both players. He said, I think they should try. Kieran is playing brilliantly for us at this moment, back to the Kieran Arsenal ended up buying. He's doing really well, but this little lad scored the goal for us. He's a strange character. I've called him Manuel from Fawlty Towers because he hasn't a clue what I'm saying to him. He just says yes to everything, but I think the club should be looking at something like that. O'Neill might not be around beyond the end of the campaign, but that has not stopped him giving a clear view on the situation. He sees something in Saraki that is worth holding on to. At 27, and with a year left on his Boca contract, there is at least room for a conversation. Boca will know time is ticking on that deal, and Celtic would not be walking into talks without some leverage. The bigger question is how the club see him. Tierney has returned to something close to his peak level, driving forward with purpose and looking every bit the player Arsenal once paid big money for. When he is fit and in that form, he starts. But Celtic have learned in recent seasons that relying on one option in key positions can leave you exposed when injuries or fixture pile-ups hit. Saraki has not always been flawless defensively and has had his injury issues. Still, he offers energy, a willingness to get forward, and, as Livingston found out, an eye for arriving in the right area at the right time. In other news, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's phone will no doubt be flooded with messages after his Celtic debut heroics, and he expects one former teammate to be amongst them. A debut goal, first appearance, job done. The list of plaudits will be endless, and he already has one name in mind, Andy Robertson. Oxlade-Chamberlain spent years alongside the Scotland captain at Liverpool and will be surprised if he hasn't already got in touch. He said, "If he hasn't, I'll be disappointed. I'll be texting him to remind him. I need to look at the phone and see what's happening. People might see that I am still alive and kicking. It's good. It's a good day. There is a bit of humour in that, but also something else." Oxlade-Chamberlain knows the narrative around him. Injuries, setbacks, even questions over whether he could still influence games at a high level. His first contribution in Glasgow was a reminder that he can. It was not about drifting through a cameo. It was about stepping up in a big moment and delivering. He has already spoken about conversations with former Celtic goalkeeper Joe Hart before making the move north. Hart sold him on the club, on the standards, on the expectation. That was even before talks between the Hoops and the Ox began. Robertson, a boyhood Celtic supporter and academy graduate, had been pushing him for updates during the process. Now he has given him something worth texting about. The goal itself showed sharpness, and the finish was calm. For a player still building match fitness, that matters. He will not be at full tilt yet. That much is obvious. But you could see the quality. In tight areas, he wanted the ball. He looked forward. He tried to move things quickly. When the chance came, he did not snatch at it. It is one appearance, nothing more. Celtic supporters have seen plenty of strong debuts over the years that did not always turn into long-term stories. Still, this was the best possible start. A new signing scoring on debut buys time. It builds belief. It gives the crowd something to latch onto. For Oxlade-Chamberlain, it also sends a message back down south. He is not here for a slow fade into the background. He is alive and kicking, as he put it. And if Robertson has not already texted, he will be getting a reminder. In other news, Celtic's win over Livingston wasn't the prettiest of sights on the pitch, which is why some supporters' attention turned to a new chant that could be heard in the stands. A late winner from debutant Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain salvaged the win for the Hoops. The title race continues to heat up with every win pivotal. You could feel the anxiety from the stands, but thankfully, the Ox saved the day. Elsewhere, Stephen Welsh, on loan at Motherwell from Celtic, popped up with a late equaliser against Rangers in North Lanarkshire. That one was noted as well. But while the football stumbled along, something else caught the ear inside Celtic Park. A familiar tune started rolling around the stands. Anyone who remembers Odsonne Edouard's chant knew it straight away. I Want to Be Edouard once bounced around the stadium to the Stone Roses classic I Want to Be Adored. It was tied to goals, swagger, and a side moving forward. Last night, the melody came back with different words. I want to sack the board. It was loud enough to be noticed, clear enough to understand, and it has since gone viral through Celtic fan media channels. There has been a disconnect all season between sections of the support and the Celtic hierarchy. Lastly, Sean Maloney has offered an injury update on Celtic midfielder Arnie Engels after he was forced off in the first half of last night's win over Livingston. Engels went down early and did not reappear after the break. Given the state of the injury list, the sight of him walking off was the last thing anyone inside Celtic Park needed to see. This is not a quiet spell in the calendar. 7 games in 20 days is staring this group in the face. Martin O'Neill has already labelled it season-defining. Losing a regular starter in the middle of that would be a serious blow. Maloney did not have a definitive answer, but his tone suggested caution rather than panic. Speaking to Sky Sports, he said, "No, it's still a bit soon. That's a shame. I think Arnie has been a standout for us since we've come back. I think that's probably what makes the Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain signing even more important." That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Hail, hail.